The World Economic Forum has unveiled the latest technology designed to surveil populations, monitor for thought crimes, and alter human behaviour, with or without your consent. As NPR reports, it's neither a bird nor a plane, but a winged microchip as small as a grain of sand that can be carried by the wind as it monitors such things as pollution levels or the spread of airborne diseases. Per usual, the manipulative mainstream media is only giving their audience half of the story. But strap yourself in, because we've got the WF-funded scientists at Northwestern University admitting on video what the real agenda is behind the groundbreaking technology. Citing nature as inspiration, a team of engineers at Northwestern University have developed the first ever flying microchip. Unfortunately for humanity, this incredible feat of engineering is going to be put to an evil use by the global elite in their war on humanity.
The goal of this project has been to add capability for winged flight to electronic circuit chips, with the idea that those capabilities would allow us to distribute highly functional but miniaturized electronic devices that could sense the environment for disease tracking, population surveillance, maybe monitoring of environmental contamination.
Did you catch that? They're actually admitting that these flying microchips, which are no larger than a grain of sand, will be used for disease monitoring and population surveillance. And you thought the elites were authoritarian during the COVID pandemic.
So the objects that we've created consist of two parts. One is an electronic functional component that has an overall size scale in the range of 1 millimeter. So almost like a tiny grain of sand. But we've integrated with that electronic chip wing structures that form almost what looks like a helicopter. And so as these structures fall through the air, in interaction between the air and those wings cause a rotational motion that creates a very stable, slow falling velocity that allows these structures to interact for extended periods with ambient wind that really enhances the dispersal process, much like seeds do in the biological world. We think we've beaten biology.
The elite are determined to play God and alter the human body. So it's no surprise they think they've beaten biology by developing functional surveillance devices so small that they'll be undetectable to the naked eye. The elites are hell-bent on enslaving us in their techno-communist utopia. Enslaving us via a total surveillance control grid involving flying microchips the size of a grain of sand is only part of the plan. They also want to go under the skin. A patent granted to Bill Gates awarded the self-appointed World Health Czar the exclusive right to computerize human bodies and use them as local wireless networks. The human body is a vibrating, throbbing, pulsing gateway of tubes and tunnels, filled with electrolytes and all capable of transmitting information, the lifeblood of the internet and the 21st century. Now it's emerged that Gates' Microsoft was granted exclusive rights to this ability of the body to act as a computer network. If this sounds too much like science fiction, then you're welcome to check it out for yourself. Microsoft was awarded US patent 6,754,472, which is titled Method and Apparatus for Transmitting Power and Data Using the Human Body. It really should be science fiction. Did anybody consult you about whether you're willing to hand over the exclusive rights to your body to Bill Gates? Of course, the answer is no. But Gates doesn't care. According to Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Gates has a godlike willingness to experiment with the lives of lesser humans. Kennedy Jr. goes on to warn that Bill Gates has used his money to systematically purchase powers exceeding, in some respects, those wielded by presidents, and is using these powers to experiment on human beings like guinea pigs. If you don't want to be a guinea pig, you have to educate yourself about the plans of the elite and make plans to exit their matrix of control. This is what we are about at The People's Voice. Join our locals community to join us in our mission. Civil liberties groups have also expressed outrage over Gates' move to patent the human body. Body parts, in this case skin, should not be in any way patentable, said Jim Thomas of the ETC group, which monitors developments in technology. There are big questions here about whether individuals will be able to refuse this technology if it's used in, for example, tracking devices. Whatever you do, don't underestimate these people. They are mad, drunk on power, and they don't have our best interests at heart. People of the world are rejecting the New World Order in their droves. but there's support for Gates from the globalist elite with whom he's working hand in hand. The prophet of Davos, Yuval Noah Harari, says that there's no question that individuals will have no say whatsoever about whether their bodies will be used in this technology. According to Harari, the designer of life will no longer be God. The WF are going to be the designers of the future of life. Harari is well known to be fluent in blasphemy, but even by his low standards, this is shocking.
Within, say, 200 years, to give a conservative estimate, there won't be Homo sapiens on planet Earth.
200 years?
200 years, and I think this is a conservative estimate.
Wow.
Maybe even 100 years. It's not that we'll destroy ourselves in some calamity. Much more likely, we will use advanced technology, biotechnology, nanotechnology, direct brain-computer interfaces to upgrade Homo sapiens into different kinds of beings which are different from us much more than we are different from Neanderthals, beings which will have different bodies, different minds, different brains. I mean, the big products of the coming century will not be shoes or clothes or cars or weapons. The big product of the 21st century are going to be bodies and minds. So I think we are heading towards the upgrading of Homo sapiens into gods. The people who believe in natural selection, I think they're obviously right about the past. But the people who believe in intelligent design, they are right about the future. The future of life belongs to intelligent design, but the designers, the intelligent designers, will not be some gods above the clouds. We are going to be the intelligent designers of the future of life in the universe.
Harari also explains why Gates' patent on the human body is so important. Gates was at the forefront of the computer science revolution, according to Harari, and he's also at the forefront of the revolution in the biological sciences. And guess what? According to Harari, Bill Gates' two revolutions are about to merge in one big scientific experiment.
Hacking human beings, the ability to hack humans, to understand deeply what's happening within you, what makes you go. And for that, the most important data is not what you read and who you meet and what you buy, it's what's happening inside your body. So we had these two big revolutions, the computer science revolution, or the infotech revolution, and the revolution in the biological sciences. And they are still separate, but they are about to merge. They are merging around, I would say, the biometric sensor. It's the thing, it's the gadget, it's the technology that converts biological data into digital data that can be analyzed by computers. And having the ability to really monitor people under the skin, this is the biggest game changer of all. Because this is the key for getting to know people better than they know themselves. I often give the example from my own personal life that I realized I was gay only when I was 21. And I keep thinking about the time when I was 15, 16, how could I have missed it? You know, something so important about myself should have been obvious, but I didn't know. Now, today, or in 5 or 10 years, any algorithm of Microsoft or Amazon or the government would be able to know such a thing when I'm 12 or 13, just by monitoring what's happening in my body, what's happening to my eyes when let's say I see a boy and a girl walking on the beach. Where do my eyes focus? So this is the crucial revolution, and COVID is critical because this is what convinces people to accept, to legitimize total biometric surveillance. If we want to stop this epidemic, we need not just to monitor people, we need to monitor what's happening under their skin.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. The WF are determined to join Bill Gates in experimenting on you and your family. Conveniently, just this week, the FDA changed the law so that informed consent is no longer necessary for clinical trials. Could they make their intentions any more obvious? It's time to break free from the shackles imposed on us by the global elite and defeat their plans for techno-communist transhumanism before it's too late.